We'll proceed in pseudo multivariate calculus. Pseudo multivariate calculus, the technology that is new. How we can start? How we can start with the normal mathematical calculation? How we can start with the normal mathematical calculation and solve the problem? Question will not arise that please calculate the integration of this. Please solve this differential equation. Please calculate the differentiation of this. That is not required. We were in phase of calculating surface area of a sphere. So we will little bit postpone it and we will see other problem. Surface area of a sphere, that was the idea that we were calculating. Okay, surface area of the sphere. This is sphere, and what is the surface area of the sphere? Okay, that we will see. But one thing is for sure that our length vector is I plus dy by dxj into dx. Anyway, no need to mug up anything. No need to remember anything. If you know a concept that is called step by step, then you can solve everything. Okay, so now we will solve this surface area. I think we had in past video we had come to one level. We had come to one level in the calculation of a surface area. Okay, mind blowing, amazing, thrilling. Now question is arising. Hope. What is the perimeter of a circle? Okay, everyone knows it. Okay, it is written in the book. What is the perimeter of a circle? How to tackle a problem? That is under question mark. If you see any question in examination on in or in your real life, how to tackle a problem? I have a circle. Up. This is really a circle. Okay, I have a circle. And what is the circumference perimeter of the circle? 2 pi r. I know it is written in the book. 2 pi r. 2 pi r is the circumference of the circle, perimeter of the circle. Very true. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What is the perimeter of ellipse? 2 pi into r, but r is not constant. If this is the center of the ellipse, here r is different, here r is different, here r is different, here r is different. Everywhere r is different. 2 pi r concept will not work in the ellipse. Okay, in hurry, what I can do, I don't understand. Now ask anyone. Can you calculate the perimeter of an ellipse? I know perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r. I don't know perimeter of an ellipse. Okay, ellipse has major radius and minor radius. So major radius is A and minor is B. This major diameter along x-axis is 2A. This diameter is 2B. Everywhere radius is different. Okay, now let's start our pseudo multivariate calculus. What is the perimeter of a circle? Perimeter of a circle is 2 pi into r. What is 2 pi? 2 pi is the full angle. 2 pi is the full angle into radius. Looks like if I have a strip, this is one strip, this is one radius. Up. This is one radius and this is another radius. Okay, this is a parameter strip, arc strip. This is an arc. This is an arc. This is angle theta. If this theta is full 2 pi, then 2 pi into r is the perimeter. If this angle is any theta, then this arc is theta into r. Makes sense? Okay, means arc length of a circle is r into theta. If theta is pi by 2, then arc is r into pi by 2. If theta is 2 pi, then then the arc is full arc is r into 2 pi. Why I am talking like this? Okay, then what is the arc of a circle for angle theta? That is r into theta, where r and theta are independent to each other. R is constant everywhere in circle. Radius is same, whereas theta is variable. Theta varies, but R is constant for a particular circle. In that sense, do I need calculus here? This is multiplication. We have already talked. If you see multiplication, change it into integral calculus. If you see division, then change it into differential calculus. Now it is r into theta. Okay. Now, but idea is if you see multiplication and one is independent component, that is theta is independent component and it is variable into r. R should be dependent upon theta. Then only we can change it to integral calculus. But you said integral calculus is superset of multiplication. Anyway, you can change it. Yes, we can change it. We will do so, but it is not required. R into theta is the perimeter. Theta, perimeter of the full circle means theta will be 2 pi. R into 2 pi is the perimeter of the circle. Normal multiplication will work. Because in multiplication of two items, operator is multiply and operands are r and theta. R is not dependent upon theta. Theta is variable and independent component, but r is neither variable nor it is dependent upon theta. In that sense, it is pure multiplication. No, no, no. But you said that multiplication of two items, if one is independent component and variable, I can change it to integral calculus. Change it. Who is stopping you? R theta will become d theta. R into d theta. And theta limit will be 0 to 2 pi. R d theta integration is theta only. 0 to 2 pi, 2 pi r. So integration is always superset of multiplication. But we don't need it. But in ellipse, But in ellipse, again, we will go with the pseudo code. What is pseudo code to calculate the parameter? Pseudo code to calculate the arc. If I take ellipse and this is one radius and this is another radius. This is one radius. This is another radius. What is the arc length? Again, r theta. This is pseudo mathematics. Pseudo mathematics means what you if you want for ellipse, go for the simple case. That is pseudo mathematics. Ellipse is tedious. Okay, what is the simplest case for the ellipse? That is for circle. If I want to calculate the arc length, then arc, I suppose I want to calculate the curve length. Curve is a curved line, is not a straight line. If I want the length of it, then make it straight and go for the simple case, that is a straight line. Similarly, if I want for ellipse, then I will go for simplest case, that is circle. What is the arc length for the circle? R theta. Same for ellipse also. R theta. But R is variable depending upon the theta. Make sense? Now, here, if I go like this, if it is ellipse, I really am going to make it ellipse. It will not come as circle. Okay, if it is ellipse, and then this is the angle. Okay, now if you see this radius r, then here, if this is the radius, here radius is big, here radius is small, radius is big. Everywhere, if you change the theta, radius is changing. And at one point, when theta is 90-degree, radius is very small. If you again change the angle, the radius will start growing. And again, at pi, radius is again bigger. Radius is dependent upon theta. Okay, what is the arc length? Arc length is again r theta as per the pseudo multivariate calculus. Right now we are using single variable. But anyway, it will jump in this fashion only, step by step. Okay, that is the concept. Thank you very much. r theta is again the way you are saying. I consider r theta is the again the arc of a ellipse, but r is variable upon theta, r into theta. Now you have to use integral calculus. There is multiplication will not work. R into theta, and theta is 0 to 2 pi. R into 2 pi is the perimeter of a ellipse. Okay, r into d theta. R is a function of theta. R varies and depends upon theta. Theta is not dependent upon r. Theta is independent component. R into theta will transform into r into d theta. Okay, r into theta will be transformed into r into d theta. Okay, if that is the case, theta will be 0 to 2 pi. This is the net perimeter of an ellipse. This is how makes things logical. Okay, you talked about r is function of theta, right? What is function of theta? You tell me. Okay, let's consider that any moment I have this is the x-axis or base, and I have radius that is at angle theta. If I hope I'm just breaking it out. Now consider it is at this stage. Okay, this is radius and this is A. This is ellipse. This is ellipse. This is ellipse. This is going like this. Radius when angle was 0, it was equal to A. But as angle is growing, radius is decreasing. Any moment, if I take any theta, if this is R, then what is x component? What is the equation of an ellipse? X square by A square plus y square by B square equal to 1, where A is the radius along x-axis and B is the radius along y-axis. X square by A square plus y square by B square equal to 1. Means if I take any point, any moment, if I take x comma y, this is also x comma y, but here y is 0. Here x comma y, x is 0. Here x comma y, any one I can take. Then x square, if this I take here and this point is considered something that is point 2 comma point 3. In that case, if I know A and if I know B, then x square by A square plus y square by B square, point 2 square by A square plus point 3 square by B square will be 1, guaranteed. Okay, if I take here, then y is 0. In that sense, x is a square by a square 1. If I take here, then this is 0 comma b. Okay, x is 0, b square by b square 1. So that is ellipse. Now, if I take any point here and draw a radius r, then base is x and height is y. Make sense? Base is x and height is y. This point is x comma y. If angle is 0, it will come here. And in that sense, this point is x comma 0 or a comma 0. But as it moves, it becomes smaller, smaller, smaller. Radius becomes, at any moment, x comma y. This is radius. R cos theta is x. R sin theta is y. Okay, all are variable. R is variable, x is variable, y is variable, theta is variable. Okay, or I can say x square plus y square equal to r square. That is also true. R is variable. Anyway, now if I say r equal to, I'm sorry, x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, then I can place it here. X square by a square plus y square by b square. Here x is r square cos square theta by a square plus r square sin square theta by b square equal to 1. Now in that sense, it becomes r square I can take as a common thing, and in braces it will become b square cos square theta plus a square cos square theta. I'm sorry, it will be r square in bracket b square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta equal to a square b square. R will be a by b square root of b square cos square theta plus a square sine square theta. That is r radius. Now I can keep it here. Integration from 0 to 2 pi a into b, that is constant. I can take it out. 1 by square root of b square cos square theta plus a square sine square theta. B square cos square theta. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes. B square cos square theta plus a square sine square theta square root in d theta. If someone is able to integrate it, d theta by square root of b square cos square theta plus a square sine square theta, theta is from 0 to 2 pi, you get the length of the parameter. This is called pseudo multivariate calculus. Mind blowing, amazing. No, 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 no. But you remember you said that line vector or curve vector is I plus dy by dx j bracket close dx. Okay. What is the perimeter of this ellipse? What is perimeter of this ellipse? Okay. The ellipse is nothing but a curved line. Okay. Same thing, right? You said that if what is the length of a line? If this is x-axis, what is length of this line? Equation of line is y equal to x square. Then I said, okay, instead of a straight curved line, consider the simplest case as a straight line. What is the length of this line? This is x-axis. Length of this line from origin to point x comma y. The length of this line is same as magnitude of a vector that represents this line, that is 0 comma 0 and x comma y. The vector representation is xi plus yj. Then magnitude of this is, then this vector representation 0 comma 0 to x comma y is xi plus yj. X square plus y square square root. That is the magnitude of this vector. Okay, then we said that actually idea was to find the length of this curve, that is y equal to x square. Now we represented the curve, the line, we made it a straight line and represented it as a straight line. Now in a curve we have origin here and any point x comma y. If I take the vector form, the vector will go straight and connect this, not this curve. We want length of this curve, not length of the vector that is connecting origin and x comma y directly. In that sense, we saw that vector, if I see the line, everywhere y by x is different. If it is a curve, but if it is a straight line, then y by x is same everywhere. Y by x, everywhere it is same. Now, in that sense, we have to bring this vector, the vector we are talking, we have to bring this vector in y by x form. So xi plus yj become I plus y by xj into x. Now y by x, y is a function over x, so division will become differentiation, dy by dx, I plus dy by dxj into x. This term, the vector term, I plus dy by dxj, it will come in a form of x only. That is dependent upon another x and multiplication is there. It becomes I by dy by dxj into dx. This is called length vector. Calculating magnitude of this will give the length of the curve. Okay, thank you very much. Can you apply your great concept in calculating the parameter of an ellipse? Okay, now this is ellipse. This is ellipse. Consider this is a curve. Now calculate the length of this curve. Okay, length of the curve is same as length of a vector. Length. Now I have to find the line vector or length vector that represents this curve. If I know the length vector that represents this curve, magnitude of length vector would give the net parameter length. Thank you very much. What it is? You tell me. Okay, what it is that we will tell. Now it is I plus dy by dxj bracket close into dx. This is length vector. Magnitude of this would give the actual. Now, since it is integration dx, I have to put limit here. Limit will be minus a to a. That is where x is varying. If I had taken out y there, dy, then minus b to b. Now here x is minus a to a. Let's proceed. I plus dy by dxj. Magnitude of this vector is 1 square plus dy by dx whole square root into dx. Magnitude of of a vector I plus dy by dxj bracket close into dx is 1 square plus dy by dx whole square root into dx. X is minus a to a. Will it give the length of the parameter of the ellipse? Certainly it will give. But it looks like a generic equation. I is 1 square plus dy by dx whole square root into dx. Y is different everywhere. That's the issue. If you want to find the length of a line that is y equal to x square, then dy by dx will differ there. If you want for y equal to x, dy by dx will different there. Okay, then at the end, dx integration will be different there. So everything will become different when you do the y and x relationship. Thank you very much. Now, how I can solve it? You can solve it. 1 square plus dy by dx whole square root into dx. Find it first. What is dy by dx? What is dy by dx? Okay, that is the kind of 1 plus dy by dx whole square root into dx. Y is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. Y equal to b square root 1 minus x square by a square with the basic concept of formula of the ellipse. Y equal to b square root of 1 minus x square by a square. Now calculate dy by dx. Whatever it comes, place there. Dy by dx whole square, whatever it comes, 1 plus dy by dx whole square root dx, and x is minus 8 way. Calculate it.